The Dukes will put total leather and will get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Georgia State Panthers offense will start this game off. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's caught. It's Riles. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Panthers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. On the run, it's Amos. Spins away from the defender. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Grab behind the line. It's Riles.
Pass on 2nd down. Caught by the receiver. Loss of 3.
And the Panthers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. On the option. Now the pitch. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The Dukes offense will go to work for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dukes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Complete on 3rd down. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Dukes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
First down physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He's going to take off. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. And the Dukes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The give from the gun. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
The Dukes have it in scoring position on first and goal. Motion from the wideout. Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dukes. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Brown wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass. Keeps looking downfield. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And this defense, how about it, man? Putting some pressure on the quarterback, getting the big sack, but now letting him take off and get so many yards back and climb back in this third down situation. Good response by this offense from...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Cradles it at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and still on his feet. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Shakes off the defender. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Dukes can really attack on this second and short. The give to the tailback. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Caught behind the line. It's Alston. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, James Madison. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
My man, get him the ball. He will do the rest. Catches the football, walks into the end zone. Feed that man the rock.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Walker. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
The Panthers come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On third and short, the power run here. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Off the play fake on first down to throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Brown will throw it. Quick spin on the run. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
My old coach said, don't never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Georgia State will send out the punt unit.
Number 11 in punt formation to kick it away.
Here's the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Turning on the Jets. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown wants to pass. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They punted away on fourth down. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later.
It's a running room. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Caught in the backfield, it's Alston. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a man, it's Barnett. Got his man downfield. There he goes. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Alston. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They've built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you need. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Splits the uprights. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Brown will throw it. Oh, they're after him. Finds a tight end. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Atlanta.
Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Trying to set the tone with the run. Crosses the 30. He's loose. Turning it on. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown Dukes. And the beatdown has ensued. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Ohio State is running away with things, and I'm not sure even Bucky saw this coming today from this offense. They're up by 17 over Minnesota. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They get another rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Brown wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a fifth. Catch in the middle. It's Hurst. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Second down, they'll go to the air. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think Jesse, maybe give it to him again, or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touch.
All out of space. Touchdown, James Madison. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Fielded in the end zone, it's Walker. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Rides the back on the option, the give. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Wide open spaces. Past the 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Georgia State. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets? The speed. He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Got the quick pass. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And the Dukes are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Using the quick game. Runs through the tackle.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Good timing on the quick out. The Dukes get it past the sticks. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Alston. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And the Dukes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Just a short pass to the tight end. Touchdown, Dukes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gonna run it. It's Amos. Can't get him to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He'll do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Really nice job on the option that time, and obviously this running back has had himself a day, right? And this defense has figured it out. They're keying on him. You saw all the defenders that time run his way, but nobody accounted for the quarterback. He made the right decision, kept it himself, and came away with a nice pickup on that option play.
And now on second down for this offense. Brown will throw it. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the catch. It's Hurst. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Guys, it's James Madison on top as we've come to the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his big tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking for a man. It's Stanley. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Got it behind the line. It's McGee. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Panthers are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
In these situations, third and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass.
Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Just working and poking and prodding and finding its way up to the 36. The Dukes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Let's see what they do on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Dukes are on the move. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Makes the catch, it's Sanchez. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Creates a little room. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Alston. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the Dukes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here's a quick throw out to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Gives it on the option. Bulldozes his way through. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Dukes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Trying to punch it in. Touchdown, James Madison. And they take it in for 6 more points. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Skips away from pressure. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Panthers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got a little space. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. QB draw. Nice move to keep running. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. On the ground with the counter. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He's got a little room. He'll pick up 6 out to the 13.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. He's got an open man. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point, the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. There's time on the clock. Keep trying to score.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Got his man. On the move at the 30. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The RPO, it's complete. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People were fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
Thanks so much for spending